we're on the way to Matthew
Street's
funeral, unfortunately.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to use this opportunity to record some shit. While we're we've got like 4 hours roughly of car time.
We could do some episodes, yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to do some talk. They're probably going to be like, what do you call them? Like bonus episodes.
Bonus episodes.
So not on topic, so people can't say,
it's not about
Warmaster. I only want to listen to Warmaster. The game's been around 25 fucking years and I don't know.
And I don't know jack about it.
Warmaster, well, there's 204 other episodes. Some of them are about Warmaster. Some of them. Quite a lot of them on average. But anyway,
had some interesting comments back from the cavalry episode.
Oh, did you? Was them on Face 8?
Yeah. Comments on the YouTube and direct messages to me. Had some interesting.
I saw a comment on YouTube about slow's a good idea, but I mean it always was. That's why they did it.
Yeah. It will be something I will put into my tournament pack and try at an event. I personally, what the precedent we've done to High Elves of limiting the Silver Helms, I don't think there's a reason why we couldn't do that to other armies as well. Yeah, really. And it's just finding that what we think is the right amount, and probably 6 is probably the right amount.
I think so, because there was look at tit. Sorry, I'm driving, so you're going to have to deal with idiots. So some people wanted it down to 4, but if you put them down to 4, that would mean that Dark Elves have got 6 cold ones.
Well, yeah, but you'd have to limit.
Well, that would be absolutely insanity.
Yeah.
If you were like,
you would have to limit.
If you were facing 6 cold ones with fucking 4 silver.
If you're going to limit something and you're starting at things that had an unlimited amount, then going to 4 is too much to begin with. Like 6 is the first step if there's going to be a second step. Yeah. Like if you wanted to change the points by 10, changing them by 5 is more palatable, isn't it? And I don't know. Like, it would be an interesting game if you limited heavy cavalry in that way, so that much. But that people are going to have more than 4 units of heavy cavalry. They just go there. So. Yeah.
I mean, most armies can do that, can't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this is not a discussion about cavalry, but it's interesting. Were there any?
This is sequentially the next.
Yeah, but were there any comments on Facebook that I don't know about? Are you going to say no?
Well, I've had some direct message stuff.
All right.
Where people have said to me what their thoughts on it and what they've personally tried and stuff.
Anything exciting?
It's just like, it's more, but it more echoes. They were all like echoing our comments, our thoughts overall. Like, as in, when you bang one hole, another thing comes up, and that becomes another problem. And so it's But I think there's definitely desire to see us poke it, like try and mould the game in that way. Yeah, I didn't have anybody who could ring up and say, it's outrageous, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, or certainly no one commented to me and thought that cavalry, they were too bad. Like no one had the opposite view.
So I mean, we have talked about the.
I'm sure there would be someone out there. Yeah.
The fact that if you went after Command 10, which is the alternative.
Yeah. I mean, that's
a big change.
That is but also that was like some had commented saying that the heavy cavalry isn't the problem; it's the Command 10 that is.
That's quite true in a lot of respects, but there was no appetite for changing Command 10 wholesale. So there may be a way, as we talked about in the episode, of like fiddling around and making people have special rules so they don't have Command 10 all the time.
Yeah.
Or in every scenario.
I think that's really. That's yeah.
So if you did get rid of Command 10 and said everybody's Command 9 maximum, all you do is create the undead are now the best. Because they're Command 9, but there's no enemy near.
They would lose. Well, they'd not have an obvious negative there.
Yeah. So that makes them the best at command.
But they would still send their Black Knights in at the same role that anybody else would send in the Black Knights at the same role.
Yes, I guess so. But they don't ever have to worry about enemy near.
That is something. Yeah, they can be more flexible.
And for infantry, it's miles better.
Yes, of course.
Because, yeah. So it's 9/8 always.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You smash one peg somewhere,
something else pops up. Nature of what I say.
Nature of game design.
That's if you chase like tournament gaming. Like I saw some War Machine stuff at the club, and it didn't look like a War Machine game to me. It looked like there was nothing on the fucking table I recognised. Start.
That's Mark IV, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I should have gone that way. Let's see how much that's cost us. Nothing. It was actually quicker. Happy days. So. What was I talking about? Warmaster?
Warmaster. You didn't. War Machine.
If you chase the meta, you just end up fucking in a constant state of perpetual kind of instability, with people belly aching at you all the fucking time that this needs nerfing, this needs boosting, this, and like it's a cycle that as a committee we can't deal with. We have one window a year. We can't react that fast. If it's wrong, we'll deal with it next year. Unless it's fucking ridiculous, and then maybe there could be an emergency meeting, or
that's never happened.
Maybe there could be an FAQ or whatever the fuck it is. It's never happened. I mean, even the stuff that we got wrong lasted a year, and then we just put it right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, to kind of like embrace the tournament meta, you have to have people dedicated to it. Maybe, most companies can't even manage that.
No, exactly.
Most fucking games companies can't manage it.
Yeah, we're not going to manage it as individuals. Definitely recording, you think?
Well, it's definitely recording. Whether there's any noise.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
If any noise comes out the other fucking end, we will see. Now, we're going to talk on this particular episode.
Yeah.
Maybe I might even cut that bit out, and we'll do an episode. This is just Paul's into his 30k.
Oh, yeah. So
for his granddads.
Yeah. So recently,
tell people what fucking 30k is making.
Okay.
I'm like a heretic.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Right.
I mean, what the fuck is 30k?
So let's assume everybody knows what 40k is. Let's
Everybody.
assume that.
Even people that don't play war games.
Yeah, let's assume that. Okay. And maybe with an Amazon TV show, everyone would know that. Yeah,
it's not the game shop in Colchester.
No.
It's called 40k.
That is cool. That was a good name for them. Anyway, 30k is the history game of 40k set 10,000 years before in the Horus Heresy, and it started out as just some books where Alan Bligh was the original writer of the stuff, and they wrote these lovely looking army books which took the current version of 40k as it was then, and released rules and just profiles for 30k stuff.
So did much change in the 10,000 fucking years or whatever?
Yeah, it's technology. I mean, so in terms of if you imagine a diagram of technology in Enlightenment, it's going. The Emperor starts his Great Crusade, and they're really at the height of technology. Then they're able to invent new stuff, and they can maintain everything they've got. And that's so they going forward into the stars, conquering millions of worlds, and it all looks hopeful. There's even whispers of okay, we might actually finish this Great Crusade, and we can then the Space Marines can move on to better things.
Right.
Who knows what that would have been? But anyway, but then chaos does what chaos does, corrupts somebody, and the apocalyptic war that was 30k, technology doesn't ever get any better after that. It only declines. Things become harder to make because they forget, they lose the ability to do certain stuff, and everything generally gets worse.
This is until 40k.
Until 40k, yeah.
Right.
Where 40k is, I mean, they've kind of because sadly, with the Primaris stuff, they're they're back to inventing new technology again. But Dark 40k it's a decline. Everything is a decline, and it's the even the Astronomicon, the way that the galaxy is maintained, it is failing. The Golden Throne is failing. It's a
feed them more virgins.
Well, I don't know. He's
is that what he is? He's just eating virgins or
psychers? Psychers. Theoretically,
we don't need them.
But it's not sustainable. Nothing sustainable that's going on. Anyway, so 30k had its first edition with its books, and it was all resin Forge World models when they did them.
Yowzers!
Oh, I know.
You couldn't just proxy. That's
no. Well, you could have done. I mean, but it was also because people did need to proxy stuff and kit bash a lot of things that Forge World never made. It became more older hobbyist style game because you had to do a lot more hobby to get the army together because you couldn't just buy it.
Right.
Yeah, you had to hobby it.
This is before the world of STLs, or
before the world of STLs. So then Horus Heresy V2 comes around in 2022, and that has a great big spanking new modern looking starter set. It's all plastic.
Right.
It's Horus Heresy makes a big deal.
So what's in it?
tons of Space Marines, and I'm trying to, like
Is there not a particular
vehicle.
flavour, just generic?
Mark 6 they are. Like, so basically, the Space Marine marks of armour. This is like if you're into your 30k fluff. They go through evolutions. They all start out with
So the beaky fucking knobbly cunts.
that's beaky ones are Mark 6.
Beaky knobbly fuckers.
Beaky knobbly fuckers. Yeah, like,
they were in a box set at some point of the regular
game. The Thunder Warriors, the things before Space Marines on Terra, the guys that won Terra for the Emperor were called the Thunder Warriors.
Right.
And they were in some ways better than Space Marines, but in a lot of ways worse. They didn't even have full suits of enclosed power armor. They had thunder armor, and they were pretty much savages. They were like, it's like Conan the Barbarian in some armor plates, that kind of thing. Like, as in, like, they were savage compared to what the Space Marines are.
Grom.
Kind of like they basically they were they were the first attempt at augmenting like humans on mass. The Custodians were always something separate. The Custodians were always works of art. These things were your Russian T-34s compared to a Custodian. It was like mass produced. That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
If you shoot it enough times, it'll die.
It'll die. Yeah. So then the Thunder Warriors are extremely successful because put them against normal humans and they just like wipe the floor with them. But the Emperor's like, I can't have these guys around all the time. They're a bit crude. And he develops Space Marines, something in some ways worse, but in some ways a lot better. And certainly wearing like better armor, fully enclosed power armor. And they called that Mark II, I think. Or
Right.
Mark 1 or Mark II. And then he had the Thunder Warriors the first war of the Space Marines was to kill all the Thunder Warriors.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like Order 66?
Yeah, basically. They ordered 66 them. Yeah. Plus the Thunder Warriors probably couldn't live very long either anyway, because it was like, it was like bastard technology to get done.
These Thunder Warriors sound a bit orky.
Yes. I mean, they were, I guess as close to a human would get to an orc, essentially, yeah. Like,
just for the fight.
Yeah. Blunt tools. Well, so then the original Space Marines, most of them were like the earlier legions, like Dark Angels, for example. They kill off the Thunder Warriors and they get together and they do their Great Crusade, and it was all going to be gleaming until Chaos gets the Primarchs and scatters them around, like, which is obviously a very narratively good for a story thing.
Chaos Primarchs.
Yeah, no. So the Emperor's like, great, I need generals to lead these armies.
Correct.
And the generals are going to be not just Space Marines promoted; they're going to be Space Marine Plus. They're going to be Primarchs. So they're going to have.
So it makes 9 of these ones.
Makes 20 of them.
20.
20 generals. And that's your Robote Gilliman. That's all you know.
Dante, whatever his name was.
And he's a bloody either. Yeah, it'll be Sanguinus.
Sanguinus,
the angel,
flying angel.
Yeah. So, and he's got them all, he's used. He's the father, and he's used a perpetual as the mother. And he's like,
what's a perpetual? Sorry.
Something is immortal, basically. It's a 30k word for an immortal. There are immortals.
He just found an immortal.
Well, Emperor's an immortal. The Emperor's an immortal.
Right.
He's probably Alexander the Great.
So he gets one of his women to have sex. And
yeah. It uses her genetics. Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, right, here we go. We're like making these 20
can't
things.
have sex, It's got
I don't know. It's beyond that, isn't it? Anyway, Chaos, always existed. Somehow does Chaos what Chaos does and takes those Primarchs and scatters them all through the galaxy in some like magic show or whatever. And that's what the Great Crusade is, not only to conquer the galaxy but also to find the Primarchs again.
Surely they're not sat idle, these Primarchs.
No, they're all basically Superman. They all crash land on some planet and most of them become the rulers of that planet.
Well, you'd think so.
Well, yeah, because they're like 3 times the size of a person for a start.
20 times as strong.
And it's like 3 times the intelligence and everything. So, anyway, to the game. So 2022 they do V2. Which is all plastic, and it's lovely models. Yeah, it's great.
They had vehicles?
Yeah, they had vehicles. Everything was plastic. So because GW obviously wants to be at a place where everything they sell is plastic. They don't want resin at all anymore. And they don't want, and they only do metals as old school models that they sell. They're going to have everything plastic, and I'm sure at some point with their 4 factories they're going to have, they'll be able to do it as well. They'll be able to clear out their old lines of anything that isn't plastic. Anyway, and I played the game. We did play it down the club. We did play the game in V1, and this is just my opinion. And some people there's lots of opinions about these versions of Heresy. I found V1 was open to abuse in terms of So I remember a game where I played against Eric's Thousand Sons. He had
Psychers.
He had Magnus, and it was just.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be fighting Primarchs.
Well, exactly. I've always felt that Primarchs kind of, unless the game is bigger than the normal size game, they shouldn't be there because it's too small for a Primarch to be around. But yeah, Magnus,
I think that's where 40k fell down.
I think Magnus soloed my army. It was just well, that's ridiculous.
Well, I think 40k kind of encouraged that, didn't they? They were.
Oh yeah. When in 40k, they want those centerpieces, don't they? Because Games
Workshop, you're paying 1,000 points for a single.
Yeah, but because Games Workshop can make those centerpieces. That's the thing. It's like the Primarchs, though they were much bigger than a Space Marine, they were still walking around in essentially the same kit, just upscaled. They weren't. Though they were better than what their line troopers were, they weren't so far beyond. It was unbelievable. Anyway.
This guy's driving all the fucking roads. He cut me up nearly drove into some cone.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're doing.
He's got kids in the van.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well,
give him some room. Where am I at with my story? Yeah. So
just regular dude.
Eats
your whole army. Magnus.
And that was the thing. And that was my takeaway of what I remember from V1 was just wow, some things it was not well designed in terms of for balance.
Yeah, but you can't hold that against GW because nothing they do
No. It's and I've changed as a player as well, what I want out of the game.
So even when I played Lord of the Rings, which is was the third game now, probably I don't know what game it is, fifth game or
fifth or sixth.
I used to like using Sauron or whatever the fuck he was.
He
was a wrecking machine.
Well, he should be, shouldn't he?
Really?
Yeah. He's the big bad. Yeah,
he was the big bad. So, first edition was based on a version of 40k.
Yeah.
But you can't really specify which one.
I think it was 7th edition. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it just froze because that was about where it started.
Because that was the thing. It's so they made first edition as the same as the version of 40k that was getting played
at the time. It was 2019 or whatever, 2020 or whatever it was.
I don't know, earlier than that I think, which was 7th edition. Anyway,
right.
And the 7th edition is 40k. Is not a good edition. No one liked it.
But we're up to now 10th or something.
We're in 10th. Yeah.
Jesus.
So we're going to have 11th in a year's time.
Jesus.
No one liked it. But that was the version of the game that was currently. The big difference was that in 7th edition 40k, if you had armor piercing, didn't modify your save. So your Space Marines running around in 3+ power armor.
Well, what did it do?
Well, if you were hit by a bolter, the average normal gun of the game, the M16 of the game, its AP was 5 or something. So it didn't penetrate your armor, so you got your full armor save, which is your 3+ armor save.
Oh.
But if you got hit by a las cannon, which was AP 2, that meant your armor did nothing and it gave you no save. So
this sounds weird.
So that's
7th edition.
That's 7th edition. That's the main difference.
So plasma cannons must have just fucking been horrific.
Yeah, basically
little blast weapon.
In Horus Heresy, AP3 weapons and AP2 weapons are massive because your armor, it gives you a better save than the cover than being in scenery. So, but depending on the weapon that was firing at you, you either needed to stand in scenery or you didn't need to stand in scenery. And that legacy is still there in what we have is of Horus Heresy now. So basically, when the game did its second version, it didn't update to the current version of 40k that was out, probably 9th or something. 9th or 10th.
So it stick with 7th?
Yeah, it's stuck with this rule set and,
With the same-
and evolved them a bit.
Yeah, but with the same weapons
Yes.
and
yes.
AP.
Yes. Yeah. So the same.
So still, everybody's taking fucking plasma weapons.
There's nothing that modifies armor.
What is AP3 in the like a rocket launcher? Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like a crack missile.
Crack
would be?
missile,
yeah. Like so.
Not much.
So because it's a single D6 system, you can't have a 1+ armor save because you can't. So like the best suits of armor, like artificer armor. So your power armor that's very well made, finely made, it gives you is a 2+ save.
Like a Terminator armor.
Yeah, like a Terminator. Terminators also have invulnerables as well. So you either take the armor save or you take the invulnerable save.
5 up.
Yeah, which is normally like 5 up. Yeah. So yeah, and
so, okay, no ward save. Or what was the?
yeah, it's invulnerable. That was invulnerable.
That was the inv save.
But you can only take one or the other.
Right.
So you can't the player would choose which one, and they'd always choose the best one. So it's either your armor save or your invulnerable save.
So against plasma weapons, even Terminators are just
They would have
saves.
an invulnerable save. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Shit.
Yeah. But the fact they have an invulnerable save is obviously good. Yeah, like so.
And also fucking 40 points each or something.
Oh, something like yeah. I mean, they should be expensive. We have this. And they did evolve the game system. So it started not to be a completely just 7th edition rules. It was 7th edition evolved rules. And that's the thing is when V2 came out, they didn't update it to the current one. They evolved the rule set as it was. So it's definitely on a tangent. It's definitely a different game system from.
Well, that's probably good.
Yes, and I think actually seeing now what they've done now with V3, yes, it probably is good. Yeah.
So you played quite a bit of V2, did you?
So I played more V2, and yeah, it was a game. The problem is it felt like a chore. Like, and I can't define you
whoa.
why. Yeah, well.
Is this because of the kind of match play rules or the cards?
I don't know.
And CDs and whatever the fuck they use?
I think it came down to the fact that there seemed to be a lot of rerolls in the game. And it was little things that you would have to do to be even casually competitive. Like, for example, sergeants in V2 could upgrade their armor, just them, to an artificer armor set.
So 2+.
So the sergeant had a 2+ armor save. So
what's the point?
Because here. So say you have this squad of 10 Marines, and the sergeant has a 2+ armor save because you spent 10 points or whatever it is to make his armor better.
Yeah.
And the other Marines have 0.
3 up. Yeah.
Now I hit you with a whole bunch of damage that wounded you, or that was AP3. The Marines don't get the save, but the sergeant does.
Right.
So you would choose, and this is not your choice, but what you would choose to do is right. I'll take all the saves on the sergeant until he fails. Where you have 2+, until you rolled a 1. None of the other damage hit the squad.
So it's like a damage sink.
Yes, and I think things like that just made the game such a chore to play. It was. I wouldn't say it wasn't.
That is quite an annoying mechanic.
Yes, it was. It really was an annoying mechanic. And that's just on a.
Why would you not do it for 10 points?
Well, of course you would, and it's like again, it's like it's rules written but not really seeing what gamers are really like.
Because I guess a Marine is more than 10 points, or around 10. It's got to be 15 points, isn't it?
Yeah,
maybe.
Like that, yeah.
So you'd only have to make one save at a 2+.
Yes.
He's already earned his money.
Exactly.
And everyone after that's just gravy.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's in your.
But that's because they don't understand game design.
I don't know,
lazy.
But that's in your tactical squad. So that is in your that is in your normal. That's the thing you're going to have in your army.
That's your meat and potatoes.
Your meat and potatoes, yeah. Plus, also the scenarios didn't really. There wasn't much for like regular line troopers to really do in V2. Like the scenarios weren't the best.
So are we? How many turns are we talking about?
6.
Oh, so this was a 6-turn game.
Yeah.
You go, I go. So full
you go,
turn.
I go. Yeah, sadly.
Full turn.
Sadly, I mean, but V2 started putting reactions.
Right.
So like so where you had a limited pool of reactions you could make, but it was like things like return fire, that kind of stuff. So you shoot at me, I shoot at you.
If I hadn't made an action already, or
something like you had a limited pool of reactions you could make.
Right.
But and there was core ones, and then there was unique ones to all of the legions.
Okay. Cool.
So started adding flavour in that way, and that was so it had elements that were good, but overall, I just couldn't shake it. It just felt like a chore, and it was just like this is.
Well, you don't ever want to play a game that's a chore.
Exactly. So stopped playing it, but I didn't sell the stuff. I kept hold of it
Because they were blue for a start.
Well, that, but also I'd.
You do love your blue.
I do love blue, but also I'd used Archie's Forge bits to make my Ultramarines look more Ultramarine. You know, like
more Ultramarine.
Well, because basically 30k Ultramarines, like there's definitely a space Roman aesthetic to them. Yeah.
Right.
So and obviously 30k is the world is like loves to make 3D add-on bits to your kits.
Yeah.
Which you can really then theme your guys down. So for example,
They love that, all the kind of shoulder stick.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
GW went after them
later
on.
GW's done some of their own stuff like that. So, like for example, my current Ultramarine army doesn't have any transfers on it because everything is like the shoulder pads have the markings on them already. Yeah, like they're sculpted in. You know, and I got some metal. Not transfers, but like metal symbols, like Ultramarine symbols, and stuck them onto vehicles and painted them, and like I don't know.
So I think in my memory there was a big kerfuffle where I think they were those bits companies.
Yeah.
I think GW went after them properly. I think maybe they had to close down, or maybe they fought back because they were saying that GW don't do this fucking stuff.
The famous one was Chapter House.
Yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah, so
why can't?
Yeah, so Chapter House literally did that. They did models that GW didn't make and add-on bits to
like
GW.
the shoulder pads.
Yeah, and GW went after them hard, and Chapter House fought back and legaled up, and it was decided that most of their lines were fair game for GW to cease and desist, but others weren't. But the cost of fighting them killed Chapter House. So.
See, I knew there was a story there. I knew there was a bit about David and Goliath. But
it was. But
Goliath won in the end anyway.
Yeah. David fought Goliath, but there's no Goliath's.
Goliath's pockets were too fucking deep.
Even theoretically, winning the fight in terms of like they had to reduce what they were doing. That still lost. They couldn't afford. They went out of business.
See,
and anybody that makes these 3D like add-on bits is treading a fine line of like GW, like of being noticed or being acceptable.
I mean, just going on a slight tangent now, we should probably mention this on the actual podcast, is I've seen, not that I spend a lot of time, but because I did subscribe to, what do they call it, where you like a Patreon or whatever, Forest Dragon, he's having to rein back some of his lines.
Is he really? Yeah.
And some of the people are like clearing out stock because they can't commercially produce his stock, even though they've got like a commercial license. The cease and desist means that they can't sell those Forest Dragons lines anymore. Because he did sell relatively close.
Oh, very
to
close.
some of the IP.
Yeah, really close.
Which is, I mean,
sadly, but it's beautiful stuff.
It is beautiful stuff, and kind of the fact that I didn't sell near the IP. A means that they can't close my little shit down. Not that there's much to close down because don't sell fuck all. But that also means that lots of people aren't interested in my stuff because it doesn't really look like what they want it to look like.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but because it can't, can it? Because like GW owns like
that was the whole
thing.
So anyway, so back to Horus Heresy.
Yeah. So given enough time, I would have sold my V2 stuff because I wasn't playing the game anymore. But I hadn't done.
So what's happening with V3?
So
Get
V3,
me excited. How am I going to buy this shit? Come on!
So this is classic GW.
They announced it on Friday. It was sold Saturday. Sold out Saturday morning.
No. So GW, like everything that's big in GW gets leaked now. They are as leaky as a sieve. There's like they
probably leak it themselves.
Maybe that is like the counter theory, but it's all
even the rule books. Everything gets everything.
So anything that's a big release. Now, a new version of a game is a big release.
Yeah.
So
is this his third game?
It'll be a third game.
Because what about Age of Sigmar? Is this not above this?
Sure, I would guess it's 40k Age of Sigmar and then 30k.
I
would guess
40k and then the Old World probably.
I don't know. That would be interesting to know.
But go on.
A new version of one of their flagship games, and they new version of this game's coming out, and they say in this community article, don't panic, don't worry, it will be pretty much the same. It's a update, not a rework, not a I'm like, and that's what they said anyway, and that was a few months out, Anyway, this very rulebook, which we this very rulebook I've got in a car here. Somebody in a distribution office, like
or a printing shop,
whoever, like nicked one of these, opened a box and nicked it, and then took photos of it in his car and stuff, and tried to then sell it.
Sell it?
Yeah. Well, who knows? Like, sell it to anyone before GW had done had shown anything about it.
So nobody knew it was coming, and suddenly it's been leaked.
Yeah, exactly. So well, I think people knew a new version was coming, but
just because of the 3-year cycle.
Yeah. So and speaking about games on a 3-year cycle, so a lot of people would not want their main game system be on GW's 3-year cycle, but the advantage of it is it means that there's more models are done for it. GW puts more resources into it. Yeah, you're changing rules every 3 years, but they are releasing more for the game.
So it's good for somebody like me, because it gives you a joining point.
Yes.
That's not too far away. So maybe I'll have a look at it, because I haven't looked at it yet. I've never played the game, but there's another opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
But the flip side of that is, every 3 years you're having to burn a load of money on new fucking books.
Probably, yeah, if you want physical books. Anyway, or official digital ones. Anyway, so that's the thing, is that Games Workshop just cannot stop these leaks happening, and I think a lot of them happen outside of their company. Like they've shipped out this stuff to be then distributed, and somebody in a factory has then that in a Royal Mail, I don't know, like a DPD hub or something like that, has like ripped open a box. Look at this, I'm going to sell it. They'll never notice one or two. I can sell it for loads, and it just gets everywhere online immediately. So then Games Workshop has to rapidly put out articles about what's just been spoiled, saying, "Oh, here's the announcement of this," because trying to damage control it.
Yeah.
And anyway, so this V3, well, it's not just a happy. It's not just a little update, mostly the same game.
It's not. They lied.
They lie. It's quite a lot different.
Oh,
yeah,
you lie.
It's quite a lot different.
Is it still 7th Ed?
So we've taken this game, which was 7th edition. It's evolved once into V2, and it's evolved again into V3. So it's evolved twice now. So it's definitely its own game system.
Did they fix the armor save?
Yes,
issue?
they did. They did make some good stuff. There's no rerolls in the game that I can see. I've played a game of it. There was not a single reroll happening.
Rerolls are the fucking bane of
so
modern GW stuff.
A gun that was twin linked. The point of being twin linked is it rolls again. That doesn't. Yeah, well, that was the classic thing. No, they're all out with different rules. Basically, you only roll. It seems like you only roll once for anything, which is good. It speeds up the game, doesn't it?
Because everything in regular 40k when I played it last was rerolling. Every fucking thing was rerolling.
Reroll ones, yeah.
Rerolling saves, rerolling this, rerolling that. 4 of the rerolls.
Anyway, also the game is only 4 turns.
What?
The game is hard 4 turns.
Hang on a minute, man.
So it was 6.
It's still only 6x4.
Yeah.
How are you getting across the table in 4 fucking turns to do anything?
Not by walking. So it's now 4 turns. But scenarios, way more important. So most scenarios involve several different objectives.
Yeah.
And
you've got to get there in 4 turns.
You've got to get there in 4 turns, but also having stuff that's called line. So your tactical marines have line, the light rule, line 2, for example, they are. So when they score an objective, they're getting an additional 2 points because they're line troops doing it. It's what they're meant to do.
So can I have a load of Blood Angel assault marines that are line troops and just go fucking everything?
They would have Vanguard, which means that they get bonus points if they kill stuff that was controlling an objective.
Right.
Yeah. So they're about taking an objective. And it's cool. Okay, this is good. This is good game design. It's good. It's good rules. I like that. So it's your tactical marines have a job now. They've got to get in a rhino and drive to an objective and stand on it
and not die.
But they score way more points than something that isn't a line thing on that objective.
Like the Primaris.
And killing each other, it obviously helps you win the game, but you're not getting points for killing each other.
in itself.
So in itself, yeah.
So
like,
you're talking like it's actually a war game rather than just a pitch battle.
Yeah.
You're having to do stuff.
Yes, you are.
Just
You're having
kill
to
each other.
You're having to do stuff a lot more, and you've got no time to do it in. So like so down the club we played a 6-player game of 3 on one side, 3 on one side. We each took 1,000 points, and one guy's poor Land Raider like got immobilized and
How
like
much is a
turned
Land
one.
Raider?
Quite a lot of points. So it got them, and it had like a squad of they're power armored guys, but they were close combat power armored guys.
Gonna fucking he's got 1,000 points. That's 700 or something there, isn't
It
it?
was quite a lot of points. Anyway, it got pinged, like tagged, first turn shooting against it, and it got immobilised. And it can be fixed. It was a status,
Yeah.
so it was but he never shook the status. And if he had the right tool, so if he had like a tech marine standing around, he could have taken
machine spirit. Did they?
Yeah.
On it,
But
it wasn't
basically,
enough.
if he had someone who was good at fixing vehicles or specialises in that, he could have solved that problem.
or
he
not
didn't.
taking a vehicle.
Or whatever. He didn't anyway. So that thing never moved in the entire game. And the guys in foot, these really devastating close combat squad,
Never getting that.
just never made an impact in the game because they couldn't get anywhere. They couldn't catch up. So, and it was like, oh, it's cool, right? Okay. So yeah, it's so that's the thing. Now speaking of the rules, so we have a game where players, for the longest time, because V1 was like fucking 20 years ago or something like that. So like, are used to kit bashing their own stuff, making their own models,
Right.
like from various bits and third-party bits to fill in the lines that GW didn't sell. Well, so in this book, which is the Liber Astartes one, so this
What's
is
that? The rule book?
So this is that's the rule book, and this is
How much is the rule book?
I think individually probably about like 40, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah, like,
and what's this Liber
it's-
Astartes?
Oh, they're about 35 or something.
What is it?
Well, it's okay. So it's all the rules for loyalist Space Marines.
All of them.
Yeah,
All
nine.
factions?
All 9 loyalist Space
There's no
Marines.
codexes. You just buy this one book for
Yes.
good
Yes.
guys,
Yeah.
and the other book for the bad guys.
Yes.
So your Blood Angels in there, your
Yes.
Dark Angels,
Yes.
your
Yeah.
Templars.
Yes,
your
that's right.
whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
So all 9 loyalist legions are in one book, and I'm playing Ultramarines.
Of course you are.
A lot of this stuff they never made models for. They never made so for example, Ultramarines have a version of Terminator armor which has like missile racks on top of it.
Hang on, I've got one of them.
Uh,
Back in the olden days.
back in the old
They're
days.
metal fuckers.
Okay, yeah, but they don't sell that as a model anymore. So I can't remember. It's got some fancy Roman space name for that
course it
squad.
has.
Anyway, so they're not in that book, and so when this book was leaked, because obviously it was before GW released
Of
it,
course.
everyone was like, "Oh my god, where's all my options gone?" Like of this and that. Obviously, your generic stuff is all there because it is.
Well, where is it?
But it's so this book gets leaked. The community goes in uproar about their loss of options
Yep.
and like people's armies being invalidated. And this is something we should learn in Warmaster in a sense. It's just like the danger of this. People saying, "Oh, 60% of my army isn't in that book. I can't use it. Oh my god, the sky is falling. The world is ending.
Right.
I am going to go kill myself."
Goosey Lucy.
It's like I can't live now if I can't use these. I can't use my toys. And it's like, and they're not in there. And
Well,
so
where are they?
well, so GW reacted, but not quick enough. So the online.
So they said there's no changes coming.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry about
It's
it.
just like-
Don't worry,
But
poor
yeah,
little child. Everything's
yeah.
gonna be fine.
You can use all your stuff.
And then boom,
Boom.
loads of fucking
Oh, yeah,
change,
yeah.
and 60% of your fucking army's gone.
In some cases, yeah. And so people ain't happy, and everything. But the community reacts like this. So everything GW puts up that's 30k related is getting bombarded with
Where's my shit gone?
Yeah.
Where's my shit gone?
Where's my shit gone? What about this? What about that? How dare you, Games Workshop? Even to the point where the poor guys on YouTube,
Social media droids.
the guys on YouTube who are like social media influencers who do 30k
So they do the
stuff.
painting and shit.
Like this, who make like content about that game are being treated like it's their fault, and people are like sending them death threats and stuff, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like this whole fuck Pardo thing was just like, so the biggest 30k channel the SM battle reports, they got real abuse for like the changes that JBW's made to V3 of the game.
What are they going to do about it?
Well, they're on the side of an NDA. It's like they can't do anything. They can't tell you.
Oh, they couldn't. They knew, but couldn't say.
Yeah, they couldn't say. Could they?
Okay.
They signed an NDA. Like,
were they part of the play testing?
They had the stuff ahead of time.
That's something that they do.
Yeah.
They use the credibility of things like to play test Blood
So people
Bowl.
don't know, if you sign an NDA and you break your NDA agreement, that's you burned. That's you you done. Like
persona non grata going
exactly.
forward. Yeah.
Legal action and certainly no more help from the future. Anyway, so GW reacted, but then they put out another Warhammer community article saying, we've noticed this, and don't worry. Like we're putting out this PDF, which will have your stuff, your legacy PDF, which will have the stuff that we don't sell or never made or don't plan on making, but it's there for you. And importantly, they said it's still tournament legal.
Right.
That was the most important thing about it, because if they had not done that, like they did, I think they learned from the legacy armies debacle of Warhammer the Old World.
What debacle?
Well, they're not tournament legal, legacy armies.
Well, they never were going to be.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. But
even if they were, the creep would make them completely fucking useless in a couple of cycles.
GW gets a lot of hate for that.
Yeah, well, it was obvious what they were doing.
So GW said in this one, right, all your old stuff, so that Ultramarine example of a Terminator with some missiles on his back.
Yeah, Cyclone missile.
It's going to be in this legacy PDF, and they will be tournament legal. We haven't released it yet, and it's obviously going to be free.
Right.
It's a PDF. Give us a moment to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and actually, and they did say, and they did reference a community article months ago where they said they intended to do this, but people love short-term memories, don't they?
So have they done it?
Well, yeah, they did. When this PDF comes out, guess how many pages it is?
Is it a lot?
Well, guess how many?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the game system.
It's 207 pages long.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's basically a book in itself. It's bigger.
207 pages of legacy shit.
Of things that they've
taken
out that they put back in again. And
they knew they'd taken them out.
Yeah. So that PDF book thing is bigger than some of the books the Solar Auxiliary book, for example, is bigger than that. So and it puts almost all of the flavour stuff back into the game.
So what was it like without that book?
I mean, for me, I was only ever, I would have said, a casual Horus Heresy player. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference to me.
But if people had gone out of their way to model,
you would not be too happy
the
with
V1 stuff. I remember those little. You used to have a power fist, and you used to have what was the fucking Stormbolter?
Yeah.
And a cyclone missile launcher.
Yeah.
Was the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think. Anyway, so this has come out, and it's and you can clearly see the way this kind of document's put together. Clearly, whatever they intended to do, they had to really skew it and go, right, shit, put lots more back into it because we really upset the community here. We haven't understood. We've really bungled this release.
Well, they've been treating it like a mainstream release.
Yeah. So again, it's really not understanding their community very well. And
they didn't do that with the old world, did
they? And so it's good that they make stuff, but how they communicate it is just terrible. And also it kind of shows you that if you're part of a games community and it's a Games Workshop game, if you don't like something, if you complain hard enough,
but that's not good, is it?
You might get what you want.
That's not good, is it? Because that's just encouraging people
exactly to be toxic online.
Wankers.
I mean, it was
because the alternative is what happened with Guildball, where they just fucking binned it.
Yeah, they blame the community.
You bunch of moaning cunts.
Fuck
it's
you.
Finished now.
It's your fault. Yeah,
you moan too much.
Yeah.
No, you can't have the toys.
Yeah,
no more toys for you.
No more soup for you. Totally. So it's exactly. And personally, the negativity, the toxicity that people had given to some of the social media, these social media channels, That's not cool. That is like
that's not cool.
That is not cool. Like,
so are they going to release a book of this shit, or do you have to print it yourself? There's
no. Yeah, it's 207 pages.
That's a lot of pages.
I mean, like, if you only need the Ultramarine stuffs out of it, then you only need a few of those pages. Yeah. Like,
right. So 2 questions. One, is there a box set?
Yes.
Of this
yeah,
one,
yeah,
and what's in it?
So they decide. So the V3 box set has a new mark of Terminator armor called Saturnine Terminator armor. Now, in the world of 30k, not every bit of technology comes from Mars, comes from the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Right.
Like, there is Terran developed stuff, like a bolter is technology from Terra, not from Mars.
So hang on a minute.
Yep.
So are you going to tell me this Saturn shit's made on Saturn?
Yes.
Is this supposed to be in this kind of universe?
In the 30k universe, yeah.
Yeah, but like our universe.
Yeah, well, basically.
Mars,
yeah.
Because I'm not sure Saturn has got any fucking substance to it. I think it's a gas giant.
Yeah, but you go far enough in the future, it does. Or
It
something
just,
like
just develops
I don't know, like the rings of Saturn. I think maybe people don't live on Saturn. Maybe they just live on the ring, on the moons and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Around Saturn.
All right, I might be wrong.
Yeah. But I think you're right. It's a gas planet, isn't it?
I think so.
But yeah, like, but I think people live not actually on the planet.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Saturnine Terminator armor, which is had the briefest of mentions in 30k fluff that there was a pattern called Saturnine Terminator armor. You know, like, and
mentioned once, that's enough.
And certainly GW
book.
never released a model and labelled it themselves as a Saturnine Terminator.
Right.
They just released. They had these.
So what's good about it? Why is it different?
It's basically these. It's a suit of Terminator which had these massive pauldrons, massive shoulder pads. Like
so it's a 1980s.
Yeah.
Massive dynasty
power
wardrobe.
Power wardrobes. Yeah.
But what does it do in game? Why am I interested in it?
So it's I mean, it makes the model slower because it would, but it does. It is even better than, like, in terms of survivability.
Right.
In terms of the other patterns of Terminator, it is like okay.
You don't know, do you? So it's a 2-up armor, and it's got 4-up involved.
But also increases your toughness. So Terminator armor increases your tough. So if you're a Marine, your tough is 4.
Yeah.
If you're in Terminator armor, like Cataphracti or Tartarus, your toughness 5.
Wow.
If you're in Saturnine, your toughness 6.
What?
Yeah.
6.
So toughness 6. Yeah. So it means your bolter wounds you on a 6. Yeah. It's just like very survivable, and also then a 2-up, 4-up.
Shit.
So, and I think they walk around at 3 wounds each and stuff as well. Though there are weapons that do multiple damage. Yeah. So.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
What strength is the plasma weapon? Because I know a melt is 8. Was the plasma 6 or something?
I think a plasma is 7 or 8. 7 or 8.
No,
yeah.
melt is 8.
Melt
plasma's less.
Anyway.
So you might be a 4-up to even fucking wound with a plasma weapon.
Might be.
Yeah. Oh my
so
fucking God.
this box set has a new pattern of Terminator armor, Saturnine Terminator. Also has a Saturnine Dreadnought. I mean, the technology is not from Mars. It's from Saturn.
Saturn. Yeah.
And
in the name.
And in the fluff, Perturabo, who is the Primarch of the Salamanders, basically it was a version of they had this version of Terminator armor that wasn't worth it. Basically, too hard to make, wasn't worth the hassle. But Vulcan took the pattern and redeveloped it, and just before the Heresy kicked out, it was like, hey everybody, look what I've done. Here's the details about how you make this new mark of Terminator armor. Isn't that cool?
Cool.
Yeah. That's how they've kind of retro into it, the fluff of, like, but sadly, because Horus Heresy is a written story, the fiction has got 50 books and done. It's never mentioned in the fluff. So when GW wants to invent something new, they kind of have to, like, ignore the fact that it's never been mentioned.
Just made it up, mate.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
Yeah.
So in the box, what am I getting? If I put my 140 quid or whatever
you get your book, your whippy sticks, your dice. You get Saturnine Terminators. You get loads of Mark III Marines. Yeah, right. Which is just another version of, like, an older version of power armor they've done. I get like 40 of them. You've got a Tarantula, which is a fixed in place defense gun.
Cool.
And you get a Saturnine Dread, which is that technology into a dreadnought, and it's easily the biggest dreadnought GW have made, like, for that game system.
If you're playing this, like, seriously, do you need this shit now?
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. But I mean, because
Because
obviously,
like Primus.
yeah.
They change the landscape.
Basically, if you take, say, because Saturnine Terminators can be in a biggest squad of them is 6. So if you take 6 Saturnine Terminators, because they all have 2 weapon hard points, and they can take some ridiculously good guns, which are great at killing Marines. So that have literally, like I've seen, like GW did their own battle report recently on Warmer TV, where both players obviously got to showcase the new stuff, and they both take 2 squads of 6 Saturnine Terminators, and these things are one-shotting like 20 Marines easily.
What? I told tanks one of 20 Marines in one fucking go.
Because the Saturnines, like their weapons are just brilliant at killing Marines, and they've brought into play a weapon type called Disintegration, which is literally does that. It disintegrates you, breaks you down into your atoms, that kind of thing. It's like, well, fucking armor's useless, and ain't it? You know, like but they do pay a lot of points for that. You know, like as in yeah, I don't know what points they weigh up, but I think they're around like something like 400 points or whatever. That this squad of 6 guys is, and also the box set has characters. It has a Saturnine character and a power armored character in it. So it's like, yeah, but you don't have to have it.
But how much? It's going to be pricey, isn't it?
Well, they had fire sales, and I think you could pick it up from an independent game shop for like 130. I think.
Wow. So what's the book price then? Like 160 or something?
No. That came with a rulebook.
No. What's the RRP or whatever?
Like a third or like a 20% more than that. Yeah, so like probably like 160.
Oh my god! So in America it'd be like $250 or something. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
They must be happy.
But it's like anyway. So the guy in our club has like organised it and like organised people into like, okay, we'll do a more painting thing than anything else, but we'll play games as well with what we painted.
My second question.
Yeah.
Death Guard, are they in there?
Yeah, of course, they're a Traitor Legion. Yeah.
Traitor Legion. Because I've already got a lot of painted shit.
Yeah. They are a
Death
Traitor.
Guard.
Yeah, exactly.
And they would look like, you couldn't tell what fucking armour they're wearing anyway. They're all fucking gribbly, tentacly fucking
of course you could.
mouthy monsters.
I mean, like, it would not matter.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it could not matter, because you don't know what the fuck, they're not wearing armour.
Exactly. And, so I painted up, like more of my Ultramarines than I'd done, going back to like stuff I painted ages ago and painting, not repainting it, but using different techniques to do the same things better.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like and the game system for me it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was better than V2, definitely way better than V2.
Better than 40k.
I mean, I don't think I could bring myself to play 40k at the moment because it's such an abortion of a game. I think it wouldn't be the game that I would want to play of it. Like, I mean, I guess if I played you, maybe it would be, but it's.
If I can find the traitor list and look at if I can shoehorn what I've got, because I've got quite a lot of Death Guard.
Also, the
into a list.
V3 also completely reworked how you build an army, which I quite like because I really enjoy Legion Imperialis, and actually, there's a lot of similarity now between Legion Imperialis and V3 Horus Heresy.
So is it just restricted?
Yes, basically you can't just take anything you want. You have to you're building into detachments which need officers to command them. So your army is made up of lots of little components of an army, which is cool. Like it's difficult just like a big problem of V2 was dreadnoughts, contempted dreadnoughts, which is the most common type of dreadnought, were really, really good. And you just can't take many of them in V3.
Right.
Yeah, plus they're not as good. Like, so that's strong. Basically, I think if you listed up a whole bunch of issues of V2, they seem to have addressed them in V3.
So I think one of the things about list building is, making games to make this, is you've got to be restrictive.
Yeah,
you've got to make
personally,
it hard.
I like a restrictive army list.
Yes.
And I like it when it is naturally built along some like army design in terms of like, okay, so this officer is commanding this unit, and this is the how many units he can have, but he can't have unlimited stuff, and they're all troops. They're all troops. If you want elites, you have to be able to unlock an elite detachment.
Right.
Yeah, and you've got a very limited number of how many elites you can have.
So do you have to take something to get access to the elites?
And then the fluff is added in further. Like the Ultramarines have their own unique detachment because that's how Ultramarines roll. And of course, so what I did is I wrote down every bit of fluff, and some of the fluff I was in game for like army building was literally from, it's not even rules, it's just from the fluff. So Ultramarines tend to favour these patterns of vehicles. I'm like, cool, that's what I'll do then. And it's like I wouldn't, again, it's a game system that I would never play it competitively. I'm not interested in 30k like that, Horus Heresy, but playing it down the club where there's a lot of banter going and it's definitely always loyalist versus traitor, that's cool. It's cool. And it's like, and again, as I said when we said off camera, off recording, when somebody else is organising it, that's a lot easier. Like on everybody else, it's like me and Barry are playing in a Blood Bowl league. Neither of us are running the league, so all we have to do is play our games.
It's true.
Yeah. So and that's it's like the way I've done my ultra. I'm making. Because in Legion Imperialis, it's much more. It's a huge fucking army you're controlling. It's Space Marine. It's epic.
Attention! If you need to get your miniatures safely from point A to point B, then get yourself a KR multi-case. KR multi-cases come in all manner of different shapes and sizes and have gamer-friendly pricing. So do yourself a favour and get yourself a KR multi-case today. Soft foam, hard cases.
Negotiated some driving there, and we'll just record a wrap up. But cool. It's like it's just like Paul's adventures in wargaming, and that's my take on Horus Heresy V3.
So what games? What point size? 15, 17, 50?
So you play the
2250 or something nuts?
Play the game at most on a 6x4 is you play a 3,000 point game. So this 6-player game we did, we each had 1,000 points.
So
it was 3-on-3.
Hang on a minute, that's grown massively. If you're talking about like a Space Marine was 15 points when I used to play properly, and a Land Raider was about 400.
Yeah,
we used to play, I'm sure, 15 or 1750.
Yeah,
and now you're playing 3,000.
Well, no, I mean that's what the game can be. I think that's what a 6x4 table can take on it.
No wonder they have to play 4 fucking turns.
Well, but as I say, like at first when I first heard about it and I read it, I was like, only 4 turns. Well, actually, it does make you. It means you finish the game. So we played this 6-player game down the club. Most of us didn't know. Really, we had to look up rules and stuff because we didn't know it. But we easily got it finished in the night. So it's like, actually, 4 turns that's not bad. That wasn't a negative. It just means, and because you're doing things. You need to be scoring stuff from turn 1, basically. Like
if you've only got 4 turns, there are list options that are just not viable.
There would be, yeah.
Foot slogging idiots that are going to walk across the fucking table.
Models can run, which means they can go further, but they can't shoot.
Well, they're going to run 12.
They add their initiative, and on a scale. So your average Marine runs 11. Yeah, but it's not far. You're right. It's not far enough. Like it's like but some. So you do need some. You need some quick things. Like
running across
you could
table.
You could be in transports, or they've limited the amount that you can only deep strike one thing a turn. That's it, one thing. So and I'm sure some themed armies will come out later where they allow this is a planetary assault force, so it's all raining down in drop pods, that kind of thing. But at the moment, that's it. You can only deep strike one thing. So and holding stuff off in reserves, if it's not automatically coming on, it's a huge risk.
Oh my god, you don't even come on till turns 2.
And it's done. Game's done by that point.
I mean, you only get 3 rolls, the game's done.
Yeah, exactly. You're already
Maximum.
You're already way too far behind in objective points. You can't win. It seems to have exactly the same essentially rule set for planes as it does in Legion Imperialis, where planes are literally they come on, they do an attack, and then they come off again. And there's very limited ways they can be attacked. So you don't have these planes just sitting on the table all the time, which is one of the things I absolutely hate the look of in 40k.
But also, planes are just really irritating to deal with, full stop.
They're hard in a war game, aren't they? Yeah. But what I'll probably do is there's nothing, because a plane is essentially a token, I'll just take a Legion Imperialis model, which I've already painted, put it on the blue, tack it to a bigger base, which is, I guess, the model comes with in Horus Heresy, and just use that.
If I don't mind it as if it's an abstraction, like
Yeah.
it is in bolt action, where it's just like artillery.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's easier to interact with than artillery, so you can drive it off with anti-air
yeah,
or something.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Whenever I've seen, and back when I was playing, it was only really Forge Worldy, so you had to play the bigger games to even use them.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can't interact with this fucking thing. I've got to skew my entire list to try and do something about this air shit. And even when I do, I can't do fuck all about it, because it chooses where it comes on, it reams me and then fucks off before I can do anything.
I don't think anything like that is that powerful in 30k. It doesn't seem to be.
Right.
Like, because also a lot of the time, because I think you have to roll to bring them on. Your chances are it doesn't come on half the time.
Well, it can't hold objectives, can it?
No, it definitely cannot.
And killing stuff's not doing anything by itself.
No, it helps you because it means he's got less. But I found that I took a squad of Invictus Caesarian, they're called. They're Ultramarine champions, essentially, with a power axe and a boarding shield. They don't have so that's what they are. That's what they are armed with. So they're elite. Foot-slogging, but I put them in a rhino. So they're elite, an elite choppy squad. They were so good at being elite and choppy that when they went into a squad of enemy tactical marines, my God, it was like they easily chopped the tactical squad up, taking no damage back.
Yeah, but the tactical marines got nothing to fight back with.
They got
daggers or whatever.
Daggers, bolt bayonets and things. But yeah, it's just like it was so one-sided. The dice were just like, wow, these guys are really good at chopping up space marines. Yeah, and
with
so
their fucking power axes or whatever.
So it's cool. It's like as in like it's I wrote down all the fluff points and I'll try to build towards that. And it's like and hopefully this quite restrictive force org chart should mean that it keeps your opponent honest. So like they hopefully can't build anything that's ridiculous because, well, how can they do it? Though the game, sadly, I do think games when it's like a 28mm scale game, like some of the scale of the models is obviously a bit silly. Like you put a super heavy tank on the table, it's way too big for the table.
Well, we're not talking Bane blades and shit, are we?
Well, Space Marines, Legions, they did have not Bane blades, but they had tanks of equivalent size. They did have them.
And they were always ridiculous in game as well. I never played where they were legal. They were another fucking Forge World.
Yeah. So
you got your opponent's permission and supersized games.
I think before, say a Kratos is a common one, for example, which is basically a Space Marine equivalent of like a band blade. If I had such a thing, I think I would ask my opponent's permission before I'd use it, because it is just like, well, this is a bit ridiculous.
Well, it's a bit like when you played that bolt action game against the guy with the tiger.
Oh yeah. The Tiger 2, yeah. Great.
Send them the Fiat! Send them the Fiat!
Oh, my Valentine's really struggled there.
Send for the Fiat!
Those
we'll
3
be all
years
right.
in between the war where these were on and these were on really was a lot. Yeah.
So yeah, you have to skew your list to kind of have something to deal with it. Because
but you could say with a game which is heavily about scenario and heavily about core troops, this super heavy tank will not win you the game.
Points it is.
Yeah, they will pay a lot of points for that.
Well, then we'll just bring a Primus or whatever they call it, and then stick him in the middle and fucking everything.
I don't know. I think as a game system there'll be a natural tipping point of where it's like, yeah.
I think games work better when it's like just regular troops against regular troops.
Yes, it is, yeah, exactly, and just on a similar tangent, shout out to Legion Imperialis. That's a really good game, Legion Imperialis.
Is this the 8mm epic game?
Yes. Yeah, which is Horus Heresy. Yeah.
And they've gone into infantry now.
They've got they're putting out more vehicles for it. So they're bringing out lovely little looking Vindicators and Whirlwinds.
And this is Space Marine, basically updated.
Yeah. It literally is Space Marine.
The 6mm.
It has the same order system of token. You put down tokens that are orders blind, that are hidden to your opponent, and you reveal them, and it's first fire.
So this wasn't the game we got into. This was the other version.
So yeah, that was the other version. So
Epic.
So we got into Epic Armageddon, which again is a really good game system, but that was set in 40k. Yeah.
So we needed to go down that road, though, which
can't
happens
go
to
down
be
that.
closed. So
That's
that's
always
happy.
go
We'll just
around
go
there,
there.
yeah.
Go round.
It's fine, just join on.
Um,
That's the end of the episode. I guess we better sign off because we're going to have to concentrate on the driving now.
Well, I certainly do. So, okay, so, but again, I was only really interested when there was Xenos involved, but I guess there isn't for that either.
No, sadly, and I don't think that.
What is their fucking bugbear about Xenos? Why do they not want them in these games? 30k and whatever.
I don't know,
called.
but I mean, I'm guessing that same sprue that you produce for Space Marines is available again to 18 different armies, so it's very, very cost efficient. But Legion Imperial, what's quite interesting is Legion Imperialis has stuff that's out for it that isn't yet released or hasn't been done in 30k, and vice versa. So, and on Warhammer TV, they did a meet the designers kind of like of stuff, and they've gone on record and said that anything that's in one game system they will do in enough time for the other, and vice versa.
Oh, really?
So that's quite cool. Yeah.
That is
So
quite
like for example, my Ultramarines that I've done for Horus Heresy, I've put them in photos alongside the exact same models in Epic, just as a photo, just for the fun of it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll call it a day.
We'll call it a day. Yeah.
Because we're not in central London, but we're in enough of London for it
We're
to
in the
be
grind.
traffic.
Yeah, in the grind of it now.
So we're only about 5 or 7 miles away, and it's still nearly half an hour
Still
away.
take us half an hour to do 7 miles. Yeah.
All right. So until next time.
See you later.
Two of you together, that's fine. But what if one of you is the monster?
Monster? They're British.
Two of you together, that's fine. But what if one of you is the monster?
Monster? They're British.